Well, welcome back to Live on Patrol. Pat and I are going to stop by the crime scenes of last night and have a little conversation. Most of you read in the newspaper this morning or saw our post about the series of three significant shootings last night where 7 people were shot. Thankfully, no one killed. It's almost a miracle, don't you think, Pat?
Absolutely. That was incredible.
We're not going to be on long this afternoon, but it is important to note that people often ask us, why do you spend time at the holiday or, outside of some of those party areas? We do that to prevent crime. We do that because our presence deters people from making a fateful decision of pulling the trigger. Anywhere that you get large amounts of people that have consumed alcohol or drugs, there's a potential, and we try to make sure that we're there. The problem is the St. Paul Police Department is so busy going from call to call that they don't have the resources to be able to just work in a preventive mode like we do. They do their best whenever they can. But on busy Friday and Saturday nights when they're tied up on other calls, it's next to impossible for them to do some of the preventative presence that we do. So, herein lies the problem of being able to curtail the activity. So here was, Pat, you want to talk a little bit about the sequence? I know we're not at the Central Avenue call right now, and that was earlier, but talk a little bit about what happened last night.
Yeah. Well, there aren't a whole lot of details on the why or what started it or anything like that. But between the shootings here and the one outside the house party on Selby, 150 plus shell casings were recovered, both from handguns and of a caliber that is fired by an AR-15 rifle. Multiple cars were hit. As you said, 7 people were injured. Numerous cars were seen leaving the scene. I believe one car was recovered with bullet holes in it. And just an extremely chaotic scene. So chaotic and involving so many officers from throughout the city that within an hour or two afterwards, up on Hoyt, a woman was stabbed in both sides by a man. And officers knew who the suspect was, knew exactly what he was driving, knew where they believed he was going to, and there were no officers available to go try and intercept him and make an arrest.
What else you got? You got any report on that central one? I know it sounds
like... The central one, it sounds like there were 3 guys there who had permits to carry handguns.
Okay.
Someone drove up on them and opened fire on them, and they returned fire. There was one car with multiple bullet holes in it, a white Pontiac at the scene. I'm not sure whether it was theirs or the suspects. And it hit by bullets. And one of the bullets, this was on Central Avenue, mind you, one of the bullets went across I-94 and into the window, one of the windows at Benjamin Mays Elementary. So it just, an incredible amount of reckless, life-threatening gunfire occurred overnight.
So that's why we spend some time here. You got hundreds of people coming through here after bar close, Now they're open till 2 o'clock. I mentioned the other night that they used to close earlier. And the other part, we heard a lot of people tell us, well, let us open the clubs that we go to. Let us open the clubs that we go to, and we'll go there. But that's the governor's call, right?
That's exactly
the situation. So whether it's the Foundry that you see us spending time at, or Holiday gas station, or outside of Michi Curry's house where the shooting was that we spend time, it's for one goal: stop people from shooting at each other. And let me just say that that's constantly the goal of, if you can stop that emotion of the moment, whether it's a fight over something stupid or a fight over a girlfriend or whatever it might be, if you can neutralize that for a few hours, you got a chance in them not shooting each other the next day, right?
it. Just to interrupt it in the moment gives cooler heads a chance to prevail. Just stopping it in the moment might keep it from happening down the road.
Right.
And another byproduct of us coming up here and to Michi's and over on Hudson Road and the many places we go,
Yep.
is that we're talking to people in the community. Some of them who initially may not be conducive to talking to the police, but in almost all cases, we end up having a friendly conversation. We've made a connection in the community. We've made maybe not truly a friendship, but we now have an acquaintance in the community who doesn't view us in an adversarial way and would be more likely to talk to us. It gives us a chance to have people come forward as witnesses, to have people come forward as friendly, as not interfering in police situations, as not being confrontational in police interactions, because they see that the police are human beings just like them.
How's it going?
Smoking a work card?
Good. Hey, yeah, are you?
I'm with Rob.
Is Ben around here?
Yeah, he's sitting in his car over there logging some video from the
okay.
press conference that went south real fast a little while ago.
We're live right now, just so you know, on Facebook. So, where would you like us? Where would you like me?
We were gonna talk to you, right?
Yeah.
Right here's fine, and if you don't mind, or do you
no,
want to
I
go
didn't know
somewhere else?
where you were going to set up. I just, here.
Yeah, we didn't know where we were gonna meet you. Obviously, this must have been where it happened.
Yes. This
So,
was.
if you don't mind, step jumping out here. If nobody
that's
else seems
good.
to mind,
That's
then we'll
good.
just do it right here.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'll bring my stuff over.
Awesome.
I'll let them know it's you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for finding us. Good investigative work.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's Channel 5 camera person that's, I think, with Ben Henry. That
Okay.
called and said if he had time, he'd be interested in doing a little interview.
Good.
So, I'm going to talk a little bit about. Go ahead.
Hang on one sec, folks.
Sounds like the victim left the
About
store
100.
and was walking down the street. I don't have any description of the vehicle that was taken.
So Bob is going to be giving a short press conference with Channel 5, and
Happy hour on that.
I'm going to have some things I'm going to share with you while he's doing that. So, we were talking about officers being able to do some proactive patrol and, be available to be at a scene like this to prevent something like this from happening, at least in the short term at the moment, and potentially, like I said, to give cooler heads a chance to prevail, and maybe it not even happen at all. And here's kind of where we're at right now in the staffing for St. Paul Police Department. You can check all this out in the Pioneer Press, September 19th of 2019. The City Council put a proposal to cut the authorized staffing of the police department by 5 in 2020. Amy Bren-Moen and Mitra Nelson, Amy the council president and Mitra council member, said they were frustrated that a staffing study had not been done. Well, interestingly enough, in 2018, Chris Coleman, the then mayor, earmarked $128,000 for the study to be done, for the staffing study to be done. But when the new administration came in, they decided to spend that $128,000 elsewhere, according to the mayor's staff at the time. Well, Chief Axtell said even though there was no funding for it, he would get that staffing study done. And at the same time, Jane Prince, council member, said that shootings and shots fired, now mind you, this is back in 2019, that shootings and shots fired were straining the East Side police officers. And that factored into her feeling that she just could not see how we can make cuts. Now, in 2018, at the same time, Chief Axtell pointed out that the numbers available at the time, which for 2018, the call load for the St. Paul Police Department was up 23% over 2014. That meant that 16,000 calls were not able to be dispatched within the time frames allowed for under the priority ranking of calls. Now, at the time, the authorized strength of the police department was 635, but there were 570 officers available at any one time. And there were 608 on the payroll. Now, mind you, 635 were authorized, but there were only 608 on the payroll and 570 actually available. That's due to various life events, retirements, officers on vacation, officers sick, officers on military deployments, officers who were going through pregnancies. That just is a reality. So when you take an authorized staffing number, that does not reflect the number of officers available. And in January of 2020, just a couple of months after they expressed their dismay at the staffing study not having been done, despite the funding for it being taken away, Chief Axtell presented that staffing study, and at the time it was for 103.5 officers, 8% of those to be sworn. Well, the police department, as we sit here right now, is for all practical purposes down 90 officers from where it should be. How are you?
You're doing well. Keep going.
Thank you. So that's where we sit, folks. I'd encourage you to watch this press conference. I believe it's going to be on at on the 5 o'clock edition of Channel 5 Eyewitness News,
Probably 10.
and probably 10 o'clock also.
Short of the story.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
And a wonderful warm thought of your dad because I'm selling.
Our alleged victims are GOA.
Oh, are
It
you?
appears they left in a green Toyota Prius, just confirming the item full plate that you have on file is 1 Adam Yellow Lincoln 519.
I love it. Hey, Dora.
Hey, Pat.
Can I give you a hug?
You could use one.
It's been too long. I'm going to give Dora Jones, who's done some amazing work
Thanks, Pat.
with the youth in this community, a hug. We've known each other 35 years?
She's not that old.
Since you were a little kid.
Oh, Pat. I know. Good to see you. I'm thankful for y'all's work. I really am. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I absolutely appreciate
Thank
you guys'
you.
work.
I remember times when Joe Flaherty and I were on bike patrol, and you'd hop on your bike and you'd tag along for a little while.
Yeah. I used to hang out with you guys all the time. So you made it down there.
I had an alert that they were going to be excited.
Somebody alerted me too. They was like, you should get down to the holiday. They're having a press conference with the sheriff.
Now, how's Anita doing?
Well,
Good.
well, I
It's her daughter who works down at the...
at the CO, yeah. At the
Okay,
CO.
yeah.
That's Nita's daughter. Yeah.
What an amazing young woman she is.
Yeah. You know I couldn't hold my mouth. I tried.
We are live, just so you know.
I know. I tried. But I gave it to him. I really did.
I am never going to criticize anyone for speaking their mind.
Yeah. And I told the truth. Why you guys sitting around here politicking in front of these cameras? You're taking away money from the police department, money from the sheriff's department. Who does that? But you care about our city. That's public safety. Yeah, public safety. You know, public safety is number one, and it's critical. And so how do you defund? That's basically what it was, taking away money from the police department in Ramsey County. How do you do that and then say you're trying to do the best around public safety for the residents? That doesn't make sense to me, Pat.
It's counterintuitive to me.
Absolutely. It's not productive, and they didn't give us no solid answers about what they're going to do or what's going to happen. They just gave us a bunch of lip service. And I'm just tired of it. I was frustrated, and I just got the clown. My mouth kind of runs like diarrhea.
No
sometimes.
way. not Dora Jones.
It runs like diarrhea sometimes, right? So I'm furious with this gun violence. I'm frustrated. And we asked for ShotSpotter, what, a year or two ago?
Oh, longer than that.
And he turned it down. And I said that. We asked for ShotSpotter and you turned it down. And then he's going to say, well, it's only a tool. We need all the tools we can get. Are you kidding me? And he downplayed it. It's only a tool. Well, we need all the tools we can get out here around this gun violence.
Every tool in the toolbox helps.
Thank you.
Don't completely personalize.
Yeah. So I'm frustrated. I want to see something happen. I'm glad we got some transparency with you guys out here on the block.
Thank you. That's our goal.
Yeah, and that it's painful that they don't even want you out here. And it's like, this is the most transparent as you can get out here on the street.
Yep.
So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for your ear.
Thank you for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you've saved a lot of kids. You
Yeah.
really have.
And for me to be shut down is ridiculous. I don't get it, but not funded is terrible. It's terrible. We've got a lot of resources that the kids now don't have because I'm not on that corner down there anymore. And it's been a lot of violence and stuff down this way since I've been gone. So I was like a deterrent, because they seen kids in and out of there, families in and out of there. So they kind of held their composure to some degree, right? As soon as I moved, it just went haywire.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it just went haywire. So I'm going to get going. I got to go get some dinner done. Is that a stolen car?
Good to see you.
You too. All right, Roy.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I'll talk to you guys soon, okay?
Yep.
All right.
We'll be around.
I know. I'm gonna watch you guys too. As soon as I get home and get my dinner on, sit that up there and turn it on.
What you making?
Frying some chicken and some spaghetti or something. Something quick and simple.
I got home last night and I did myself some fried wings. I'm gonna have to bring you some of mine sometime.
Oh, some of your wings.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now we're talking.
I've had some church ladies take a bite out of my chicken wings or my fried fish, and a tear has rolled down their eye.
Oh my God!
And they've asked for my recipe.
Stop it, Pat. Stop it. Now I need my boots on for you.
No, you need some of my chicken.
Yeah, just took my boots off up there. Oh.
I will volunteer to be the referee in the wing off.
Oh, okay.
I will gladly.
I bet you would.
Gladly get involved in the wing off.
So quick question though. Did we have a death out of all that gun violence? Did anybody
No.
die?
Thank God, no.
Thank you. But some
7
people got
people
shot
shot.
down here too, though.
What's that?
I said, did some people get shot here in this parking lot?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. A total of 7 between the two. I'm not sure of the numbers from each, but because they were pretty much all at the same time.
Right. Wow. And ShotSpotter could have helped a little bit last night, though.
In this case, very likely. Very likely.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I know every case, and I know ShotSpotter wouldn't cure all this gun violence, but like I said, we need all the tools we can get.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? All the tools we can get, and that's what I told them too.
You got people asking if they can. You got people on the live feed asking if they can come over for dinner.
Oh. Okay, yes, come on. Yes, I did, Roy. I was very serious about that. Yeah. So, anyway, I got to get going.
All right, take
All
care.
right, take care. Feel good. All right, I'll see you guys.
Hey guys,
Hi.
how are we doing? Ben Henry with Channel 5.
Hi, Pat Scott.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Likewise.
Jay Coles helped us meet with you. And Jay mentioned maybe you guys had some video or like a time code for us regarding video of like the big crowd. Does that ring a bell? Maybe Sheriff knows more.
You mean here?
I'm not sure. Jay, I can call Jay.
You know, we've got. I think every night we've been out,
Yeah.
we make it through here generally at about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
You know, at bar close time. If you went to any of the live feeds at about 11 o'clock, we are sometime around then. We're likely going to be here,
Okay.
and it's unreal. I mean, every spot here, every gas pump is double parked, all along the front.
And they're not open, or are they open?
Yeah, they're open till 2.
Gee, I wonder how the employees. That'd be good to check on them, I guess. I don't know. That's tough. You can't tell them to leave. There's too many people.
Well, and the management has to request it
Yeah.
because it's private property.
Yeah.
And needless to say, you know, when we're driving through here, nobody's doing anything illegal.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah, that's what Sheriff was talking about. At least the presence helps.
it keeps people from. You know, if a cop's there, somebody's not going to pull out a gun and shoot you.
Okay.
And just if I can throw one more thing in, if they're thinking about doing it, and we or anybody who's a cop, I'm not a cop, but he is, or any cop comes through here, and that stops him from doing it at the moment. Maybe they're going to do it down the street, but maybe a cooler head is going to prevail, and they're going to cool down, and it's not going to happen at all.
That takes that one. You never know.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Exactly.
Every little bit helps.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'll swing
Likewise.
around. For sure. Jay mentioned you had a time code for us or an idea of.
I haven't been able to look yet on there yet, so I apologize.
No,
Been
you're
busy
good.
afternoon, but you know, we're here, you know, almost every Friday, and the last 3 Fridays at 11 o'clock. Did you tell them we're live? Is he live? Yeah. That there's, you know, hundreds of people here. A couple hundred cars will come in here in that half hour
I'll
period.
have some time in a
If we can, if we get time to, we'll do that to you. I will send it to you. My son's got lacrosse or in football today, so a little bit crammed up on time to
Former
get.
lacrosse player here.
Okay,
Love
good,
it.
good. East Coast.
St. Cloud State.
Oh yeah, they're a good team, don't they?
All right, guys.
Ben, thank
Take
you
care.
very much.
What is it you call the stick?
Lacrosse stick.
Lacrosse
Like a
stick.
hockey
It's a
stick.
stick.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a
lacrosse
weapon.
stick.
It's a weapon.
Or a spoon, as you know, as a slang term. A spoon,
Okay.
a twig.
See
Take
you
care.
later, man.
You're going to tell me your location, I'll swing by. I'm going home.
No, we're good. We're good. Mute that for a minute.
Whoop, hang on.
Thank you.
Take care, Roy.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're not keeping secrets with that.
All right. Well, we're gonna do a little patrol. Take you out on the street for a little bit. But that was Channel 5 and Channel 4 News. Wanted to get a short clip. Basically, what I told them both is I think the mayor has a fine 20-year plan, but we need a 4-month plan
Yeah,
for the summer.
we
Get us
sure
through the
do.
summer. And if that 4-month plan doesn't include greater police presence on the streets, we're in for, I don't know, you got your cat or not today?
Yeah, I do.
The 4-month plan doesn't include greater police presence, we're in for a horrific summer. So, you know, I gotta say again, you know, when we're here, people don't shoot each other in front of us.
Right, and I've probably said it 3 or 4 times now to different people.
Okay.
But stopping them right then gives a chance to cool off.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll happen down the street, but maybe it won't.
Right. It's well, and you know, if it is happening down the street, it'll happen away from a large crowd of people,
Right.
right? I mean, we're trying to reduce risk nonstop.
Well, it looks like 20 minutes ago there was a shots fired call on Agate.
There was one out. There was a shots fired up on Edgerton before we started, too. I think.
I think you're right. Was a car abandoned in that one? Does that sound right?
This guy cross on the bicycle. I guess he's changed his mind. Technically, pedestrian right-of-way does not also apply to bicycles.
2269. Recode to a suspicious clear squad 0.
Copy, 1539.
What are you reading there, Big Pat?
Just reading a couple of comments, and I was looking up to that earlier shots fired, but I can't find that one.
I don't know how I want to look on that TV. You know, I haven't had a whole lot of sleep in the last couple of days, but just tell me I look okay.
You look amazing.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
363 route to Fort Van Dyke on a code violation.
It's good that the media is interested in covering it. We didn't go to the 3 o'clock. Just so you know, there was a 3 o'clock press conference. 3 o'clock press conference at Victoria and Selby, and we're going to go over to that location. You've been there with us at nighttime many times. And you know that Michi Curry has parties there. tell you what's ringing in my ears, that people that told us the other night that we need places to go.
Yep. Hi.
Hey, you guys be careful crossing the street, okay? Be careful.
Just be careful,
Be
okay?
careful. We don't want you to don't get hurt. Don't get hurt.
Bye.
Bye. Well, in that case, might have been good to scare them from crossing the street, huh? No, that's little kids running across the street. Remember one got hit right here before there were stop signs and we were young patrolmen. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Right here, there was no stop sign here at Grotto. Young boy got run right over. It had to be 81 or 80, 81, somewhere in there.
I'll check with
How you doing?
That's Scott. Something you want to see?
I was just looking at it. It looks like they had those, the kids had those like soft sticks with the big cushion at the end to kind of box with.
Oh, yeah. That looks like fun. We got a box of Twinkies back there. We should have gave those out. Those young lads crossing the street.
108. 1165 or 17 on my end.
2267, 2268.
We gotta get some more radios on here, Pat.
67.
Yep.
We're not gonna work too long. It's,
North Oak Stall.
it's possible we might work later tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I got that one on 1 for the main part.
Okay.
So you're on 2, right?
Oh, I could be. I think I'm on 1. Wasn't I always the lowest and you're always the highest?
Yep.
Oh yeah, so I go to 2. All right, well, let's just say this. Pat and I, we try to put a little bit of lightheartedness into life, because that's the only way really to live life. But right now, today, nothing could be more serious than 150 rounds being expended, fired.
Exactly.
Push back on D12 296.7, please.
So, it's only May
180.
May 1st. It's May 2nd now,
Destination was 1600 Thomas.
but here's the thing. I'm just going to be, we've danced around the issue for 2 years now. We need more police officers out here working in a preventative mode, right?
Bottom line.
That's the bottom line. And
That's for 1700 EOT.
even if it's just an authorized expenditure during the summer for overtime,
334.
334.
and we need officers that have time to go to these hot spots, right?
342.
And they don't have time now.
They don't.
342.
It's just
They're busy running from call to call to call.
346. 133.
346.
133.
By the way, the press conference at 3 o'clock
Exactly.
was organized by the African American Leadership Council by Tyrone Terrell. And Tyrone is
Anyone
a
else?
wonderful human being that cares a lot about what happens in this city. And he's constantly trying to get the city and the county and others to help improve the life of these young men that end up shooting each other. So
Have a good night. 16%.
him and Pastor Thomas from Mount Olivet, they are the real frontline workers out here.
Good. Just confirming.
Obviously, they work closely with members of our department and members of the St. Paul Police Department and Reverend Spence In fact, Reverend Spence, if you're, I know you were at the press conference. If you got a minute, come outside your. Oh, you went to Minneapolis. He's giving a sermon again. I was going to swing by his house down here, have him talk to us a little bit. But they also, the African American Leadership Council invited the St. Paul Police Chief and the mayor there. But technically, it was their press conference.
Okay. Can I cut this?
Oh yeah, what are you going to do? And apparently a few other people joined in. From what I understand, Dora Jones asked a few questions while she was over there. And but if you ask Pat and I, there's a lot of things that could be done. Global planning, 20-year plan, but we need a 4-month plan. And the 4-month plan has to include some increased presence at hotspots that generate activity.
And that 4-month plan should have been in the planning months ago.
Right. So, for that matter, you can just, take the style of policing that we do, take it out to all those areas every night. It helps neutralize.
Exactly. Because as it is right now, there are people in the community figuratively and literally hemorrhaging.
Just to clarify,
and we'll never stop it, but we need to slow it.
Yeah. And decrease the risk.
The shoes are still on scene, and the bike that usually rides around Hamlin University campus is also on scene.
There's a building across the street. Apparently a woman there had a bullet go through her home over there in that apartment complex. I'm not sure if it's apartment or home owned, but
I believe it's an apartment.
We're at the corner of Selby and Victoria. You've been here at the nighttime with us, and
1-8 copy, showing the area check-in 6:40.
there's the mayor. Oh, the mayor's here.
Mr. Mayor.
The mayor's here, still talking to people, right there.
6-3 en route to 828 North
The mayor's still here.
Assist property retrieval 63.
We waved to him, but he was in the middle of conversation, so we didn't want to interrupt him too much. We don't want to interrupt his conversation with the public or the press. There was still media there with him, I think, right?
Yes. Yes. I think we're all on the same page with the long-term goal.
Yes.
Absolutely. We just have to find some common ground on how to deal with the immediacy of the situation.
Right. Yeah.
There are neighborhoods in this beautiful city where people are terrified to let their kids go out and play, where they're afraid to walk their dog.
And just for 20 plus years, well, when I got elected sheriff the first time, those initiatives to help young kids, education, activities, social stuff, the sheriff's youth program has been doing that and continues to do that. We're 100% in favor of any additional help that kids need, because as I've said before, we know from our research of juvenile crime that if a small third grader is doing poorly in school, that's the beginning of his cycle of acting out in school.
Yes.
And the acting out in school that comes with doing poorly in school evolves into a wide variety of things. And I could expand on that someday. I will again. But we know that kids need help at a very young age to do well academically, to do well socially, and we're in favor of all that. In fact, we're in favor of intervention programs. When they do something wrong, try to correct them, do reconciliation, etc. But at the same time, police officers can provide a barrier to poor behavior And they always have. For years, the presence of an officer has encouraged a child not to misbehave.
Right.
And so, and when they do, we can find ways to correct them in a constructive way. But 150 shots, I guess we all would agree. First of all, there are no guns that hold 150 shots. The maximum really is a 36 round in an automatic weapon, and most semi-automatic handguns only hold 14 or 15.
Right.
So we're talking about, let's assume that there were 10 rounds. We're talking about 15 different guns, right?
And that's
15
frightening.
different guns, 15 different guns shooting at each other.
And every one of those 150 bullets landed somewhere. In a car, in a house, in a tree. And it's only by the grace of God that no one was killed.
There you have it. Sneak over to Central. You know the 100 block on Central? Was it right
I
here?
believe
off
it
the
was
deal?
the 500.
500,
And
yeah.
I've got a feeling that the white Pontiac with the holes in it
Still
is
there?
still going to be there.
Okay.
Bravo 739.
Council medics turn around.
Traffic call for canceling medics. Bravo 739.
739.
Go ahead.
You have a pending call down here?
2125 Old Hudson Knife spots en route for juveniles versus the security guard.
Why don't you show me out on it?
Copy.
I think it might be in front of that. I think it's Central Village Apartments.
Okay. Yeah, we may have to come in the other way, huh? I probably should have turned
I think
out.
we can get in from here.
A lot of construction here.
Yeah.
Copy. Is 3 spots en route.
So,
We know a bullet hit Benjamin Mays, so that has to be within sight of where it happened.
7 victims showed up at Regions with injuries. There's Benjamin Mays, so I'm not sure exactly where it was on Central.
Maybe the lot. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. Well, in either case, this is generally a very safe little neighborhood, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't get
Very
many
much so.
calls here on Central. Very,
And this is a very stable neighborhood.
very few.
All these homes and townhomes along here.
Central Avenue renamed for Reverend Dr. James W. Battles.
There's the car right there, I think.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to. We'll mute our thing for a minute here, gentlemen. There we go.
So that was
A couple St. Paul police officers just give us a little more info. Apparently there were 41 rounds recovered right here.
that one right there. It was supposed to be a white Pontiac Grand Prix.
41 rounds over here.
Why don't I hop out and take a look at the other side?
All right. I don't know if that's it. But... Did you know, the thing is, it's kind of hurtful, but somebody posted on there that Pat Scott is the best dressed man they've seen.
Really?
Yeah, and the thing, you know what else she said?
What?
He also has more different shoes than anybody I know. Is that true?
I'm told I could compete with Imelda Marcos.
Oh my goodness! Well, you go check out the other side. We'll see see if these shoes are anything new.
These are just plain old work boots.
$510. 510 GOA 516 10-8.
I think our plug went out. It was off here, so I plugged it back in. It's possible that we've been buffering, and in part because of our plug. I got it back in. You see, I got it back in. So interesting. You know, a lot of people.
Oh, the antenna.
I got the. Oh, that's right here. It's probably 18 inches away. That's about right. But I think it was. We just started buffering because this light was off. Okay. Let's get to a better spot anyhow. You find anything there?
No, but these look like these might be new doors, fresh today.
Really?
272.
That's fast.
272.
How the heck does someone get the doors that fast?
In regards to the missing adult here, can you send his photo
Our
out?
power cord had become
Central
disconnected,
Squad, just so
and the
in case they see him.
antenna wasn't up. That may have been why we were
He's supposed to be
buffering.
somewhere downtown, according to a witness or citizen that saw him.
So where is this that I was declared best dressed?
It was a comment I was reading last week.
TV monitoring.
Best dressed man, but then they noted you have so many different shoes. I wouldn't have noticed that, but somebody else did notice it. So I don't know what to tell you about that.
CCTV are checking out too.
I don't want to push the front down too much. So
Yeah, it's pushing it to the left here a little bit.
Central Squad regarding 272 missing on Humboldt. Okay.
sometimes when it tries to catch up, it jumps, which is okay. Really? At least you see a little piece.
272 just for info.
Which is also sometimes when our car's driving, it looks like we're jumping
somewhere
ahead.
on 6th Street.
2 blocks.
And he's an elderly white male with a red coat and a walker.
Copy, somebody saw him within the hour somewhere on 6th Street. It's an elderly white male, red
You
coat,
see
and a
it's starting to
walker.
catch up.
Right.
Call 363, that group's got to go right in front of
A
you.
lot of hood in there.
It's a very delicate recipe.
Very delicate
So we can check
adjustments.
the area for 272.
Where's all that group at? You want to check 563, see if the group's got to go? That's something downtown we should...
Second aid all at the 6th Street check as well.
Somebody checking us out.
So there are different problems during the daytime, and we don't work a ton of days,
272 marks also a
but
couple of staff members are heading up there as well.
Copy, staff members on the clear.
A lot of things that are open downtown. Sometimes the transit station becomes a gathering place. And
Lieutenant, copy the DOC miles at Claremont. Male saying that he has a gun, he's yelling and following the colors, swearing, he has a stick in his hand. Male in his 20s with sandals.
serious.
Bravo 715 traffic.
Bravo 715.
You know, run that plate through.
Lorient at the Wendy's, in the Wendy's lot. Echo Hotel Charlie 195. And my long number is 16300.
Copy at the Wendy's lot, 702.
I'll be right back.
Hold on a second here.
What's the name of the... Well, it's all right. Nice young man.
Yeah.
A little counseling.
The guy in the back seat kept giving me the heart sign over his chest. So I kept giving him the heart sign back.
That's good. FYJ 118. FYJ 118. Miss V, what happened? They were at the holiday last night.
No, I thought that was what they were saying.
Yeah, they were at the holiday when shooting started. They got the heck out of Dodge.
That's a good thing to do when the bullets start flying.
What radio is that or sound I'm hearing? Is it? Did we ever figure out about what was going on downtown?
272.
We didn't.
Can you call the comp on this and just let them know where we're at in Minnesota? Because they're up here right now anyway. They can pick them up too.
5th and Minnesota, apparently.
So,
Regarding the assistant pending, you can change that address to 1720.
I told you that I had a couple of questions I was going to ask at the pearly gates, right?
Yep.
One of them was this whole pineapple on a pizza thing, right?
Yes.
Do you remember any others? If you don't, that's fine.
I don't off the top of my head.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, but I'm adding one. Okay?
Okay.
How on earth could Councilmember Brenmoen be opposed to us patrolling these hotspots and keeping people from shooting at each other? Doesn't that sound like
it's? I don't know. I'm baffled.
I mean, frankly, I don't worry about the risk in this job. By the way, is my vest back there? I don't worry about the risk in this job because you can't think about the risk. But every time that we're in these vicinities where we know there's a large number of people that carry guns, there's some risk. You'd think they would actually appreciate the fact we're at the Holiday gas station, right?
Wouldn't you?
Wouldn't you? Or talking to people outside of these house parties, you know. Oh, hang on. Just got a minute.
Copy that. 272. Can't get a hold of staff. I tried.
Driving or parked? Yeah, text me. Thanks. But, so, I mean, that's one of those questions. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to assume good intent. I'm going to assume that Amy's going to be there at the gates with me. And I want to ask her, why on earth does anything that we're doing here cause you an issue? Right?
Yes.
Or at least, if you want to have a full discussion, invite me over there.
Yep. Got his moves on.
Probably got to go down to the transit station just to give some perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Is our light working? It's on? Good? This gentleman, I think, wants to say hi to us. Put the window down there and say hi.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I believe I ran into you. That's awesome. I'm like, they patrol around here all the time. He's got a Durango.
All the cool kids have Durangos.
We got you on film.
$82.95, $82.96.
Did you hear any first?
25.
Lost channel going into our static contact us now.
Tried to hold him down. A 14-year-old ended up running away. On a 15-minute delay. 14-year-old male, thin build, Vikings or twins hoodie, gray sweatpants, and possibly carrying a fishing pole. Then he was last seen heading towards Long Lake Park on foot.
950.
You know, it's funny because I almost, if we hadn't worked 2 nights in a row, fight over there. I don't think it's much of a fight, but we should just swing by. Looks like she's thwarted that woman in front of us. You need problems handling him?
161.
Okay. You sure?
You can clear this inside.
I wouldn't pick a fight with her.
Copy, bye.
No, I know. Is that pink chair the safe zone or what? You get there, she can't. Exact. There you go. I like it. That's the kind of game I need. I can stay in a chair all day.
Civic, plate of Golf Foxtrot Hotel 681. Shot into the air, secured the comp, kept going towards
Where's that from?
Maryland on right.
Maryland Arc, right?
Maryland Rice. I missed the plate.
Thank you.
Well,
Shots fired, Rice in front.
just now?
Yes, that's the call. That's
261 just advising. Please provide a do not match the vehicle description.
What's the vehicle description?
red Honda Civic.
Did they say it went toward Arkwright at the end or something? Or
No,
what?
towards Maryland on Rice.
North then?
Yes.
Okay.
So the plate is going to be similar to GFH 681.
But what is the description?
Red Civic.
Red Civic. Okay. Was the shot just up in the air or at somebody?
Yes.
Okay.
To scare the complainant.
Oh. There you have it.
I'm going to play around with that plate a little bit.
Yeah.
On scene on that shot clear.
Copy, Cheyenne, stand 30 seconds.
When you get a chance, no rush. Yeah, run that one too.
Yep.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. Got it. Matches the vehicle.
It's not stolen.
No.
Address.
In
Paper Max Quarter 1900 Sharon.
in Stacy.
Oh. Well, if you just joined us, we visited the location of 3 of the shootings that took place last night, and I'll sit right here for a little bit
Okay.
at the infamous crossover.
Good idea.
What model did you say again?
Civic.
What's that just going by us here now?
That's can't remember what that's called. It's
A red Honda.
a little sporty one.
Sporty Honda. We visited the location of all 3 of the shootings last night. Over 150 casings have been recovered. Actually, we've been told now that the number might be closer to 200, huh?
Wow.
But, and they also they also don't know if some of the people had revolvers, because if there's a revolver used, it does not eject a casing.
Right. Found the car.
Oh, you did. Good. What is it?
Okay, I don't want to air the address off of there, but right there.
Okay. Let's go there.
Looks like it's going to be, I don't know if you want to give this to them or not.
Not yet. Until we get to the house, then we'll put it out. You want to mute it for a minute?
Yep.
So, analyst Pat Scott has jumbled the numbers of the license plate and determined that there is a very similar car with a similar plate, and we are headed to that location. While we were mute, we transmitted that to the transmitted that to the St. Paul Police Department. Unfortunately, while we were transmitting that on channel 2, there's another shots fired call over at Duluth and Margaret. So we don't know if the east side cars are going to be able to check for that location, so we're going to check it ourselves. We are headed to the location, looking for the red Honda Civic with that plate, the person that had a gun. Nope. Think there is a back?
I think so.
There's we can go, I think we can try to get back there, but I don't think there's an alley. We can sit here and wait for him.
165, 144.
True that.
165.
Hey kids, how's your Sunday going? Good. Is it beautiful? We're the police. Sorry about that. Just so we don't scare you. You never want to talk to strangers, right? All right. Have a good day, you guys. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, that was another channel. I kept in route.
402 Minnehaha Avenue West in Lower Unit. Notes early for spinning the broken lock out the basement
Guess
door.
not.
10 people in and out. Also made a few PIC counts about cockroaches.
You know what you can do though? See if anybody's in Emmerich,
Okay.
and then we can give them that info. Maybe they can find a new address.
Going there. She's extremely 1095.
Might have to mute it while we're...
6-5 copy, I'm there.
I'll find out if they're there first.
You get a lot of texts, don't you, on this little phone?
Oh, goodness.
Pat. Did you give your number out? Anyhow, we are concerned about the uptick in violence. It really started in August of 2019. Even technically 6 months before George Floyd's murder, there was a huge uptick in street violence, shooting. And of course, last year, you know, tied a record for homicides. You know, there was 2 young Somali kids that were murdered in Kansas City yesterday. I don't know if you heard that.
No, I did not.
So they were the night before, they were at Ramadan. There's videos of the kids. Oh, I'll let you do that first. You wanna mute for a second, or you want? Very good. See if anybody's there.
I can get the plate. No, I probably shouldn't. Hey, Kelly, I'm gonna text you something here in a second, okay?
If she's monitoring, she can.
Should it be the?
Give her the plate and see if she can find a new
Yeah.
address.
See if you can find a new address for this owner, and it is. Yes. Hang on one second. Okay, we're back.
Anyhow, last night, got contacted by our Somali liaison officer who got contacted by Somali friends from Kansas City at 11:30 at night the night before. There were 2 young men, a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old that were shot and killed outside of their home on the way back from their Ramadan celebration in Kansas City. So at that point, they thought the suspect, who they knew who the suspect was coming to Minnesota to hide out.
Okay.
But turns out he never made it to Minnesota, because yesterday afternoon, Kansas City police officers got in a shootout with him.
Call time was
Really?
1711 with 5 minutes late.
And the suspect is deceased. But
Any of the officers injured?
apparently not.
That's good.
Nothing was reported. But my point of where I was going with this is when I was researching the homicide, Kansas City had a record number of homicides last year as well.
162.
Crazy.
And they're on a pace again. You know,
It's happening so many places around the country.
2492 Copy. 35 minutes.
you know, one of the things that's gone by the wayside here in the last 15 years is the idea of a curfew and truancy center. You know, we used to have a curfew and truancy center here.
And it did a lot.
Sergeant Bill Snyder and others, we had people that would go out and find kids that refused to come to school and you know,
365.
get them to school or get them to a truancy center where they had to learn something, right?
Exactly.
Investigating a shots fired in the area of Rice and Friends, and the possible suspect vehicle, Golf Foxtrot Hotel 86198 Red Honda Civic, is registered to a male who lives at 251 Point Douglas Road. Central's requesting you check that address and see if that vehicle is there.
That's probably his new address, huh?
365.
Did you get it off the registration or his DL?
363.
I didn't get it. I didn't get that address.
No, but when you got the address you did get, was it the registration or the DL?
The registration.
Maybe sometimes their DL is different. But I guess after you shoot at somebody or near somebody, you don't come home right away, right?
Right. The timing might be right for down there, though, if he decides to.
Right.
174. Dangerous condition, 7th in Springfield. Help was almost run off the road by a black Nissan Rogue. They provided does not match. They're westbound 7. Now refused to stop following. They're in a black Corvette. Hold in position.
Anyhow, our point, Pat and our point is this. If the police department had enough staffing to patrol the hot spots that are in the city and be there present when there's likelihood of problems, it would be a huge plus to reduce violence in St. Paul.
Absolutely. It's a deterrent.
So we're just urging, whether it's overtime or the hiring of new bodies, we're just urging the mayor to please reconsider the number of police officers. I know the chief is hoping to have an academy. This guy's in a hurry, so we'll give him the road. Hoping to have an academy later this fall, but there's no guarantee they're going to be able to. But even if they have an academy, those officers would never be on the street in time. And we need a greater presence on the street right now. Like the same problem is in Minneapolis, of course.
Yep.
But they have other issues that they're dealing with. Thankfully, that we're not. But
We have a huge opportunity to keep it from getting to that point, to get ahead of all of this. But we've got to start now.
once the cycle starts and people are killed, then the retaliatory cycle starts.
Yep. So this week could be problematic.
He did point a gun at her, but he just didn't shoot a shot at her.
So,
Copy. Gun was pointed. No shots were fired. 6 minutes.
what's the suspect description? Do we have a suspect description or not?
I haven't heard one yet. Let me see.
But waiting will be clear, advised.
Yeah.
Training copy advised. 6 minutes.
See if you got any suspect description there. 'Cause what's the squad that's handling it?
It is, looks like 261 is the primary.
What the heck? 261, does she have a good suspect description?
261, there's, I can't really see the person in the car, but it is a red hatchback.
Okay, can't see the person. Getting an early start? Good to see you. Not too bad, nice cool night. That's all right, all right. Seen you for a while, everything going good?
Yeah. Mike's in there.
Oh, is he?
Was that it was a turquoise colored gun and the male player was shot.
Oh, jeez. We know there was a lot of shootings last night, right?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
So this.
And again, that shot was in the air.
This is getting ridiculous.
It is totally ridiculous. Well,
Copy.
it's good when you clean them out a little early.
I'm a St. Paul guy, 100%.
Hotel 861.
Sad to see the
Done
city.
with
Yeah.
turquoise.
Well, we're not gonna let it. We're not gonna let it go.
Okay.
But we're gonna, things. It's St. Paul's worth fighting for, but people are gonna have to fight for it.
Yep, right.
Very good.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care. So they know the suspect's name.
Oh, on the shooting up there.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it's not a Honda.
Well, I think a Civic does. That's like a hatchback, though. Is it a hatchback? Or?
We're looking for a Civic hatchback.
Oh, I didn't know that. Anyhow, Pat and I have been working this beautiful city for decades. We love the city. We love the people that are here. And they deserve the very best that government can give them in
Absolutely.
terms of public safety. And we just can't stand by and watch all these rounds be expended and not try to articulate our best advice on how things could be better.
Exactly.
Rating.
Yes, sir, you are not on speaker, but I can put you there if you want to be. Oh, you are?
362.
Okay. Off camera or on?
Check for blocking of the shape head. We're in a black jacket.
360 copy. If you would search for the area at 950 Clark, unassist, autistic, or the autistic adult that has guardianship over left the house and is refusing to come back. His name is Charles, white male, 6'2", 340 pounds, 21 years old, wearing a camo hoodie, gray shirt, black and white shoes.
I'm going to go back to
direction, possibly somewhere in the neighborhood still.
a friend of ours inside the foundry called, said like to swing back and like to talk to us a little bit. Don't know exactly what it's about, but we'll find out here shortly. Must have saw us swing by. Yeah, I think there was more. I think originally they thought there was 100 casings on Selby, but they found more like 150 out there.
Unreal.
Just on one incident. That's unbelievable, isn't it?
So connect with a man down Selling University in front of the 3 buildings off the corner.
Trying to find that central call that just came out. But
Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
nothing priority.
I'm glancing at your computer screen. I see it's set for daylight.
Isn't that a different?
Usually we have the dark night mode on. It was like that car stop on University. If you just lighten the mood for 20 seconds, just to relax those kids, it's completely different. Completely different. Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
Right now we're live, so if you guys don't want us to be, tell us.
I could care less.
Okay. As long as you're not going to say bad things about Pat.
No, not about that. Not about you.
How you been?
All right. You guys know Mike,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, but we were up at the news conference up on Selby, and they kind of threw you under the bus a little bit.
Not too bad.
Yeah, but I was talking to what's Magnuson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. But yeah, it got a little heated and stuff.
Well, whose responsibility is it for the St. Paul safety? Whose is that? Who's the top guy?
It would have to be the mayor.
There you go.
It had to be the mayor. Mayor of St. Paul.
And, I said earlier to the media called me, I said he's got a great 20-year plan, but we need a 4-month plan.
We need one today.
Yeah. Maybe a 20-day plan. We need a 20-day plan. 20-minute plan.
And you guys said, Johnny, one of the things that he might want to consider, him and the chief might want to consider, is they know what's going on in there. Why not put a couple squad cars out in front? And
you notice when Pat and I are there, nothing happens?
Yeah, he said, why don't you put a couple squad cars?
There's never been a fight.
What did they say?
Never been a
what
shooting.
did they say when you said put a couple squad cars up there?
He kind of just played past that. He had all the mucky mucks behind him and stuff, and they talked about, we got to have a meeting, we'll have a committee, and we'll meet. And we're tired of meeting.
Right.
Yeah, can't meet anymore.
Well, the committee's already been meeting for 4 months.
And you see what we got.
Yeah.
And you see what we got.
But you're right on. This is the thing. People have to understand that the presence of a police officer does deter crime. Okay? It might delay it, but it spreads it out, so you don't have 200 shots fired around 200 people.
Right.
So, and it's like when we're here, you know, when we come by Mike's place, there's...
When you would come through, you and your son would come through, Johnny, baby,
Yeah.
you say, Johnny, you need a little help here, and you turn your lights on, and the beep, 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 and that clears it up.
There you go.
That clears it up.
Hey, there's a reason why we call for drive-thrus a couple times a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
You know, they beat us up for it after the fact and say, we've had so many calls, but we've had no problems.
But Mike, that the reason they beat you up is because the problem is they don't have enough officers out there to proactively do that. So they're trying to figure out what call do I not go to,
Right.
and so you know the staffing study that they did said a year ago said they needed 50 more cops, but then instead they cut 40 from the budget. So we're down 90 officers,
Yeah, right.
which
If
is
you-
the difference.
yeah. So, you could talk about, and like I was just telling these guys inside, you know, when the chief says nobody goes home, everybody's got to roll over into to the next shift.
Right.
So that's overtime.
Yeah.
So you're really gobbling up what you the Three Musketeers.
She's stalking us.
I'm gonna block Dora. I'm gonna block you
Dora
pretty
is
soon.
stalking us.
Oh my goodness.
Johnny convinced me to come and hang out with him and Mike for a minute. So I said, absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, you're both on the right side of the issue, so I'll say that. That's right. You're on the
Yeah,
right
so
side
you
of the
know,
issue.
so you really say what you think is you're gobbling it up, you
Yeah.
know, with overtime. So you know,
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way, but and they're fresher and they're more enthusiastic if it isn't on overtime. To be honest with you, you'd rather have new cops, but I don't know.
You're
It's
talking to your boss right now.
you know, here's the thing: the town's worth fighting for. I just think everybody's got to agree that we need a 20-day plan to say, okay, this is what's going to happen.
yeah.
And police presence, especially right now, because I'll tell you what's going to happen. People will decide where they're going to shoot by what they see, and the softer targets will get the shooting, and you know, and we got to harden all our St. Paul, Ramsey County targets.
Yeah.
You know,
That's key.
and
Well, it's good to see you. You
thank
guys
you,
doing
Johnny.
well. Keep up
Thank
the
you
good
very
work.
much. Thanks
Good
a
to
lot
see
for
you.
calling us back,
You
Mike.
bet.
Always a
Good to see you
pleasure.
guys.
I miss stopping in and having a pop or two
How long
with
you
you.
guys on today?
Not long, but we might, if it gets really busy.
All right, Pat and Bob, you guys, man, I'm finna go home and
We
watch
might
you
come
guys. How
back
long
later.
y'all on tonight?
Michael, we might come back. We're not gonna be long now, but we might come back later tonight when it gets busier.
Sounds good. I'll be here all night.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Wait, hold on. wait. Hold on 1 second.
Who-
I know y'all busy, but listen,
Who are we talking to?
tell them yourself.
Hey, Andre, we want to talk to you sometime about cleaning up crime in the community.
That's Star Wars.
I know.
Okay, y'all. You can talk to me.
All right, well, all right,
All
later.
right, you guys.
Take care, Andy
Be
Wars.
safe.
Thank you.
All right, Star Wars.
Hi.
Hey, I'm watching you.
Oh, are
I
you?
appreciate what you guys do.
Well, thank you very much. I wasn't
Thank
sure
you.
if you were watching us or you were just. Thank you. You look familiar too. I don't know. We feel like we run into you guys.
Oh, you probably have.
Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, good too.
Where do you guys live? Right? What street?
We actually just moved Eden Prairie.
Eden Prairie.
We live right where the Roosevelt Tunnel is.
You okay? Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry you had to move, but you're still in St. Paul, obviously. I'm sorry to hear that.
Seen them shell casings the other one was that last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
By your place?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Well, thank you for saying that. It means, I'll tell you, you made my whole week saying that. You that big smile saying thanks for trying your best to clean it up. That's what we live on. Thank you.
365 and Route
So,
1046
thank you very
on
much.
parking
Have a good night, you guys.
74.
Take care.
Thank you. How's it going?
Hey, guys.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming to say hi.
Yeah, we were just passing by and we're like, y'all close. I'm like, we want to go say hi.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching. I hope you. It isn't so much about the broadcast, but we're trying to make a difference in solving crime around here. So.
Yeah. I think I met you before though.
Hey, you look familiar.
I do?
Yeah.
I was in the Explorer program.
Oh, you were.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. Yeah. What are you doing now? What's your plan?
Right now I'm just working right now, so.
Okay, good. Well, thanks for stopping us. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
They were having correctional officers were having a physical confrontation with a guy who was tampering with vehicles
See you,
in the
Mike.
parking lot.
No, it's my pilot, so if you see it here, you know I'm here.
You coming back later?
Yeah, I'm just gonna run like
Okay.
All right, see you in a bit.
Yeah. Say that again. Correctional confrontation with someone being booked.
No, someone who was breaking into cars.
Oh, in our lot?
Yep.
Oh, for crying out. There was a guy on top of the St. Paul Police Department last night. Did you see that?
Oh, on top of the building?
Yeah. Well, it's on top of the smoking area. It was somewhere up there. Yeah, they had to get a ladder to get up there. I don't know. He probably got released from jail and then crawled up on top of the building. So much for security.
Sounds like ours is going to be GOA. We can take the Maintenance Commissioner to check the target.
Well, I think I'm going to run. I think we're going to call it a night here in a little bit. And if something goes on later, come back in. What do you think?
Yep, sounds
Does that
good.
work for you?
Call time, please.
Yep.
Call time 1710.
Thank you.
Welcome, 1742.
That was nice, that lady saying thanks for trying.
Yeah,
That meant a lot to me.
very much so. You're definitely trying.
Are they outside or inside?
Should be by the 402 building for the last update from the jail.
Got it. As well. They're not actively fighting with them, it's just that they're letting him sit down and do his own thing for now.
Okay, not actively fighting.
I don't get it.
Oh, no.
You know, he's muted if you get.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
You got so many incomings there. It's like a human.
You created this monster.
You were well equipped with the social media skills before I even suggested this. It is possible. There's two possibilities. Most often after a major shooting night, people decide the cops are going to be super vigilant and they don't try to be too obvious about what they're doing. So usually there's less activity in second night. However, if there's a lot of ill will or bad feelings toward whoever shot at their friends, then it goes the other way.
Right.
So, not sure.
It seems there may be a lot going on right that first night, right afterwards, in the way of retaliation, but it does seem like most times they take a day or two off.
Yeah. Well, there's a possibility that Pat and I might come back right about bar close. 10, 11, right?
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens. But thanks for joining us for now.
And, for those of you who texted or messaged or put on the feed here asking for a shout out, this wasn't the occasion for it. This is, we've got some serious problems going on. Last night was...
Hey, I have one other thing I gotta say.
Yeah.
I'm all for discussing the right policies of different people, etc. But let's, just like we don't want name calling, let's not make this about a political party, one or the other, right?
Right, exactly.
There's great Americans throughout all political parties, but a lot of people have different ideas, which is fine. But let's keep the banter about, you know, this party did this party did this. Let's just try to keep that off. You want to talk about an individual or a policy, great, but we've started demeaning whole groups of people. That's really everything we're against, right?
There are the aisles who are very concerned about what's going on.
So just stick to the individual policies and ideas, etc., that people have or don't have, or support or don't support. That's fair game, but we can't blame whole groups of people or parties or whatever it might be. It's just so. That's all I gotta say. We're gonna drive around a little bit here on our way closing up, but thanks for joining us, and we will see you. We'll probably see you later at bar closing. We're going to try to get out at 11 because all these shootings took place right after a bar closing, right?
Yep.
We'll try to get out there between 11 and 2. And if for no other reason, we're not trying to catch the shooting, but to prevent them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and by the way, there's terrible television on Sunday nights, too. It's not much better on Saturday.
It's really not.
All right, Patrick, say your goodbyes.